Start.
Whenever.
As many of you know, within our lives, we've always made that one decision in which we thought, yes, we are wise, we are thoughtful, we know how to do this. And then the next minute, we just mess it all up by doing something really foolish. Well, in a quote by Anton France, it is human nature to think wisely and to act foolishly. And within this quote, I actually agree with it. As in the instance with my friends, in which they would go ahead and study, and then with myself, in which I would make a wise decision and then do something reckless. And then also with the nation itself, whenever they would go ahead and make decisions in which it's based on freedom, but then just mess it up for someone else. With my friend, however, they would go ahead and iterate that, oh, I'm going to go ahead and study for this test. They would go ahead and do what Alan said with his comments. He would go ahead and study that whole week. He would take even the extra measure and just study that night. And then that 1 minute that he gets invited to a party, he goes there. He drinks a lot. And he stays up until like 3 a.m. The next day I meet with him, he's just hungover. And during that test, I can tell he's not going to do well. And that foolish act, he just messed up his whole entire wise decision. And by the way, he got a D on that test. I kind of feel sorry for him. I'm sorry. Also, with myself, I did exactly what, I'm sorry, your name. I forget your name. Steven did. And I'm sorry. I actually prevented my friend from drinking. And I gave the keys to someone that was actually sober, because he was our designated driver, like our backhand designated driver. And he then went on PCH and went above 100 miles per hour. And he did something really reckless. And I was all for it. I went, oh yeah, I kept on encouraging him to go faster and faster. And in that moment, I did something foolish. And we could have died. We could have gotten pulled over, ended up in jail, and everything could have gone wrong from that unwise decision. Another instance is that with the nation itself, they always make decisions in order to prevent any terrorism to go ahead and act on the nation itself. With this, they can also iterate that we are only killing or even preventing the dangers that are within other countries in order to free themselves. And with these incidents, they notice that, yes, they are protecting us. They are doing the wise decision to try and do something to help us. But in the long haul, to actually kill someone is an extra measure. And those soldiers that try to go ahead and save our freedom, they get scars from it. Not just physical scars, but mental scars. And in which they think, yes, the wise decision is to go ahead and prevent all this terrorism, to go ahead and ensure freedom for all. They go ahead and think, oh no, I just killed someone. And they live with it for the rest of their lives. Overall, from the quote by Anton France, you notice that with each incident where we make a wise decision, sometimes we even make the most foolish decision in which we just mess up. And that happens. But also to think about what we actually gain from this is that, yes, we do mess up, but there is a chance where we might actually achieve another wise decision that makes up for every single wrong one that we've done.
I'm sorry. Reverend, I'm sorry, remember Reverend. There it is. Spring break.
I'm gonna get 2 days off, so it doesn't feel like.
All right, Jonathan, I thought the opening was pretty friendly, but I'm not sure I can think of the example that you're trying to get us to think of, that everybody has done those sorts of things. I think you'd probably be better off using an example of your own, maybe that one that you're talking about with your friend where you were encouraging them to drive fast. Use that as your attention device and then go to your topic. I think it would work a little bit better and you'd be more focused. Your point of view was clear. You had a good preview in this at the beginning of the presentation. That's fine. The supporting points, I tell you what, I think you've got the right idea on the supporting points, but it really sounds sometimes like you're just wandering around on them. Like, especially that third one, it just felt like you had a point, an idea, you weren't quite sure how to say it, and then you kind of came back to the idea, and you were still not quite sure how to say it, and then you're repeating yourself, and you're not getting to where you want to be on that. And so even though it flows pretty smoothly, so it sounds good while you're doing it, the content, I think, is a little bit problematic. So that's where you're losing a little bit. But the delivery stuff, I think, is all pretty solid. You project pretty well. Your pacing is solid. There's some good indicators while you're gesturing to the audience. Your facial expression looks sincere and engaged. You look like you're looking at the audience. Sometimes the body movement is a little more than necessary, but it wasn't anything that was problematic. Like I said, it just sounded, if I'm listening to what you're saying and not just how you're saying and not just the paralanguage, that's where it feels like there's something that's not quite hitting in the right spots. But the delivery things all seem pretty good. All right, thank you.